Hello, and welcome to the Bookwares Pod. This is bonus episode 23. I'm Miranda here with the whole crew. We've got Chris, Kristen, and Kate back from
The
grad
dead.
school related hiatus.
Which is the dead, honestly.
May as well. Today we are continuing our coverage of The Rise of Skywalker. This is going to be our general analysis. Where do we want to see Star Wars go from here? All of that happy, looking forward to the future stuff. If you want to hear our unfiltered opinions on this film and our initial reactions, and you are so inclined,
For some reason.
For whatever reason, because it's a lot of screaming.
we cover that
Spoiler
on
alert.
episodes 21 and 22. I do want to kind of give that the caveat that a lot of people have a lot of feelings about this film, and we are not exempt from that. The tone of those episodes is generally, this movie wasn't great and here's why. So if you really liked the movie and you don't want to listen to us do that,
Don't.
welcome
do
to
that.
this episode.
Yes, don't do that.
Don't put yourself through that pain. It's not worth it.
It's
We're
not.
really loud. What else? Cool. Thank you for that intro, Marimba. So this is going to
God.
be our analysis of this movie.
Just couldn't let it lie as
Nope.
a joke between the four of us.
Nope, I had to say anal cyst on the
Oh
pod.
my god.
Listen, I had a really long day, and that made me laugh. So, also, I stupidly asked you guys on Twitter what you wanted to see, so I guess we're covering that in this episode too, because you guys follow us and respond to us for some reason. I think it's just because we have dogs now, and they like photos of them. But that's neither here nor there.
Don't, guys, save yourselves. Run away.
I know.
Don't listen to that.
Literally download, then delete, then give us coffee to see the pets.
It's so true. That's like what smart people are doing. We don't even know they listen to this podcast.
Exactly. That's because they're smart.
Yep.
They don't interact.
It's true.
That's right. It's
Better things to do with their time.
It's a fucking
Bookworst
trap.
pod, don't interact.
That's a good one.
Oh my god.
Okay, what are you fuckers drinking?
I am drinking some delicious Irish whiskey from Redbreast, 12-year single pot still. It's very delicious.
Oh my god, not tequila. Whiskey isn't
Yesterday was
tequila. Last
tequila
time
day.
I
Today's a
checked.
whiskey day.
I'm drinking tequila today.
Hell
I
yeah.
know.
Yum
Crazy
yum.
times.
Yum yums.
So I am drinking tequila. Chris, what the fuck is this? It's the.
I don't know. What are you drinking?
It's
Tequila.
the, like. Yes, it's like the tall ass bottle your parents got us.
The San Matias.
Yes, I'm doing
The San
that.
Matias Extra Añejo.
Thanks.
Extra añejo.
That means more on you.
Uh-huh.
It's true.
Thanks,
means
Marimba.
extra.
You are on fire right now.
God.
On fuego.
Oh my God.
Yikes! All right. Wow.
Cool. How's
what
that,
are you-
Kate?
Hose drink. I haven't actually had a sip of it because I also have. So we just got resupplied from Stash Teas because I am starting spring semester in a week and I need something to guzzle while I teach. But they did give us a sample of whatever they had left over of their quote-unquote Christmas morning tea, which is just black and green tea blended together, so what fucking ever.
Hell yeah.
So
Listen,
that's what's
Go
going
big
on.
or go home.
Portland is just trash white people, so like we will blend black and green tea and call it Christmas morning blend, okay?
There's something Christmassy about this. This is what I drink like
Don't worry
when I'm
about it.
alive. Like, you know.
But it's Christmas because green is one of the colors and Christmas.
Yeah,
And-
green and black, noted Christmas colors.
Yep.
Literal baby
Science.
Jesus. All right, what are you Ding dong shrinking.
I go ahead, Miranda. You go first.
I have a Rainier.
Okay, cool. I'm playing with my Legos and trying to get a photo for the Instagram because I'd like to try to participate on this podcast.
And she stuck one of the little blasters in the little guy's hole on the top of his head. So he just has a blaster coming out of his skull.
Listen, that's why Legos are fun. I'm drinking out of a Baby Yoda koozie, which was notably not given to us by someone who does not has never seen Star Wars, which is hilarious. But she knows we're obsessed with Baby Yoda, and her friend made the koozie because she's an Etsy person. So
That's incredible.
yeah, I'm so #blessed to have that little tiny baby
Wait,
on my
what's
koozie.
their Etsy?
I don't know because we didn't.
Damn it.
Because it was some backdoor Etsy shit.
Yeah,
It's
this
not
is
like it was on her.
super under the table.
Yeah,
Etsy
it
shit.
was.
Shit.
Like
Okay.
my
Nice.
friend texted me and was like, "What does Kristen want?" And I was like, "I don't fucking know." And then she's like, "Coffee mug," and I was like, "Get her a fucking Baby Yoda koozie."
Yeah, so it
Incredible.
doesn't really exist.
And then she texted her friend who does this sort of Etsy shit. And then one day it showed up in the mail.
And I freaked out because I
Wow.
thought it was one of you fuckers. But it wasn't. It was someone who doesn't listen to Star Wars, doesn't also read or consume Star Wars in any way.
Doesn't read.
But you know,
Ever.
I'll reach out. Vic's gonna be here soon, the person who got me this. So I'll harass her and tell her Etsy lady friend that, not lady friend like that. Sorry, that made it sound like they're sleeping together. Maybe they are.
Etsy sexual partner, I believe is what you were trying
Her
to say.
Etsy sexual
I-
partner.
Just crochet a little.
I should tell her. I should tell her Etsy sexual partner that if she put these in her shop, all of us would buy them.
That's
Accurate.
completely true. Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes, we would.
Anyway.
Also, I realized that our Mandalorian wrap up is coming and we haven't done it yet, but I'm stunned by the extent to which Baby Yoda has just dominated the cultural zeitgeist for over 2 months now.
I'm
Oh,
so
it's
happy.
great. I love it
makes
so
me. It's
much.
it's like the best thing that's happened on Star Wars in a long time.
It's true. It's wonderful. Baby Yoda is a gift
Yes.
that we did not deserve.
I'm drinking an IPA that Chris probably wouldn't like.
Likely.
Also
called-
see any other IPA.
That's not true. Some of the more juice forward, citrus forward ones we decided he might like. This is Block 15 Fresh Pow, a citrusy and resinous winter IPA. And it is made of hops and other things.
That's how you make beer.
It's a pretty can. It says Fresh Pow on it, and it's got nice little mountains and things. Did you say you're drinking Rainier?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I wasn't listening. I kind of was.
You were taking pictures of
Oh
your
yeah, I was
Legos.
taking pictures of the Legos. It was still Star Wars and podcast related. Excusing myself from not remembering that.
I just
okay.
want to say resinous is a fabulous word.
Yes, you know what
But
that
also,
means in
not a
beer?
word I
Means it
want
tastes like
to
trees.
associate with anything I'm putting in my mouth.
Why
It
not?
means it tastes like trees.
No, it doesn't necessarily mean it tastes like trees. It's become synonymous with it kind of smells like weed when you put it in the glass.
Okay.
It's weed resin.
Oh, is that not what trees are made of?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked
is.
about this, that hops and marijuana are in very similar plant situations, which is why so
Hops
many
look
beers.
like little wheat boys.
They sure do.
yes, that's true.
They sure
Thank
do.
you. Thank you, Miranda.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm
Jesus.
very tired.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
we're very punchy, and we recorded yesterday, and I only recorded for
so
a
good.
third of that podcast, and I'm still LOL.
And I'm pretty sure I edited out the part where Miranda announced that you'd left.
Oh, super.
So you just disappeared.
Disappear. like that one time that I had the shits and I had to leave the podcast.
My
and
God.
we just never
Yep.
talked
Which
about it.
was
She fell into a
an
Sarlacc
incredible
pit.
time to
Yeah.
be alive.
Anyway,
honestly.
everyone, it's fine. Nobody listens to this podcast. I can talk about that.
Except all the people
Except they
who
do.
send us questions.
Shush, 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 shush. Okay, cool. So should we actually talk about
Oh my God.
what we know from this movie in a
No.
very neutral way?
Seems
in a
seems
very
fake.
neutral way.
All right. Well,
This was a film.
there's a awful lot going on in this movie. Hello, dog, who suddenly is sitting on Chris's lap.
Oh yeah, he was.
Hey, go,
If
Orca.
you rewind a few minutes, you can hear him woofing a little bit.
I'm taking a picture of this. All right. Okay. So many things occurred in this movie. Many events. Many things that add to the universe.
Things happened.
In kind of interesting ways. I guess we can start with a big one. Can we start with Palps?
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like you have to.
Yeah.
Spider Palp.
Let's do it. We're doing it live. I don't know if the rest of you saw this that I stuck in the outline, which you probably didn't. But
Hey, I read the outline.
sorry
Sort
to
of.
you.
I contributed
Alright,
to the.
Sorry
Sorry to
of.
you.
I contributed
alright,
to the outline.
In Prime, which is amazing, wrote a blog post basically outlining everything that we know about Palpatine and the contingency. I'll have Chris link to that whenever he writes up the episode description to post it.
Yee.
But basically, it's following Palpatine from Return of the Jedi and, overlapping a little bit with Aftermath through Battlefront 2, where we see Operation Cinder actually happening. Then there's that weird gap of time, and then boom, he pops up in Rise of Skywalker. So what we know about the contingency is that
It exists.
yes, kind
Honestly.
of.
I mean,
And-
what we know now is that, kind of what we assumed from what we knew before is that the contingency was, Palpatine being the master planner and having a plan for everything, but this is the plan for after he dies. And now we know that's not the case. It was just yet another one of the branching plans that he had for his rule, for him to take over the galaxy. And it's interesting because Palpatine has kind of always been, whatever Luke says, your overconfidence is your weakness. And like he has this hubris and he prepares for every eventuality except the one that screws him. And now we know that that's not the case. He did prepare for that eventuality. Like he prepared for the possibility that he would die in more than a way of just burning it down. And we knew that, to an extent because obviously the First Order, we found out in Aftermath Empire's End, was kind of his post-death way to rebuild the Empire without anybody knowing about it. But now we know, obviously, there was the Final Order in addition to the First Order.
We should say that every time Chris said death, or anytime any of us say death in relation to Palpatine, it's with heavy air quotes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Yes, it
he did not think that he was going to die, but if he did, theoretically, here are all the contingency plans. But what if he didn't?
If one were to die.
If one were to die, what would
Yes.
one do with a captive army of Siths,
And-
apparently?
A million.
Webster's dictionary
fucking-
defines death as...
Chris, go fuck yourself. Oh my goodness.
Okay, but also just like on that, Palpatine continues to play three-dimensional chess with himself, and everybody else is playing tic-tac-toe.
Like, what is... Doesn't it
Accurate.
get boring? Like, what is he doing? He's
Well-
just like trapped in a fish tank and somehow still like gets a fucking kick out of this.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I want to know, which we'll get to a section about what do we want to see, is
Into
how...
the microphone.
I'm literally speaking into the microphone. How conscious
God.
was he for these 31 years? How sentient was he? Because, like, did he wander in the desert for 28 years? Like, before finding
God.
Exegol?
On
Like,
a horse with no name.
On a horse with no name,
Correct.
exactly.
On Tatooine.
Wait,
For
do we
40
know what the
days
force
and 40
horses are
nights.
called yet? They're not really force horses.
The
Orbox?
Oh, is that what? Oh, yeah, I guess they say that in the movie. I
believe
forget
they
the name
do.
of anything I can't picture how to spell.
It's true.
that's fair, honestly.
Forces.
But yeah,
Space
they're
horses.
Orbox. But yeah, so it's just, I want to know how much of this was fully planned out in Palpatine's head. I don't know that we'll ever know hypotheticals, but like, how much of this would have happened if the rebels hadn't been successful at Endor. Like, what, I want to see the web. I want to see the decision tree that Palpatine had on a whiteboard somewhere.
The decision
Palpatine's
tree.
decision tree.
Oh
it's
my
a galaxy
God.
brain decision tree, though.
Jeez Louise.
Like, it's way too complicated to just be like on a whiteboard.
Yeah, no,
It's
literally,
definitely a hollow decision tree.
He's like GIF of that guy with all the conspiracy theory shit.
Oh, yes.
That's
the
that's
aliens
what's going
guy?
on.
The
Yeah, well, I
Always
don't know.
Sunny
I don't fucking
Philly-
know where.
I was
it's
thinking
from. I
like
never
Charlie
remember.
Day and
Yes, Charlie Day.
Always Sunny.
Oh, that is what the.
Yeah, that.
Sorry, Kristen wasn't looking when I.
Oh, I think she's making noise faces.
I'm doing my impression of what I think.
Force tree? Is that a tree?
No, the guy and like the conspiracy.
Oh,
guy.
yeah, Charlie. We're talking about Charlie Day.
I don't,
We're all
I don't
starting
know
about the
who
same
that
thing.
is.
The small
God.
man with the spike hair with the red string.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Red string.
That's the guy.
Okay.
Great, cool. Glad we figured that.
Yeah, good talk. Anyway, this
Oh
has
my
been
fucking God.
Disruption Pod. As per fucking always.
Oh my word.
Cool. I want to know about Thrawn and Exegol. I didn't put that on here.
That was me.
I know. Thank you.
We love Thrawn.
Okay, so I am behind in the reading that y'all did while I was busy, fucking dying of grad school.
You're very ahead of us in your grad school reading.
Thank
You're
you.
way ahead of us.
It's true. But how much more do we know these days about what Palpy was sensing in the unknown regions and what Thrawn may or may not know something about, or literally anything? Chris is shaking his head at me. We know nothing. All right, cool.
Nothing
Nothing-
that applies
yeah.
to Rise of Skywalker. Nothing that
Okay.
applies to Exegol.
Yeah, nothing more
is
than
there
we
anything-
already knew.
All right. Is there anything to say that it's not that though?
No, I think
Okay.
that's a great point to draw in, and we know from original Thrawn and Thrawn alliances and Empire's End that Thrawn is helping Palpatine map the unknown regions. And that combined with a lot of probes being sent out from the Jakku Observatory.
So probes again.
Probes. Anal cyst probes.
Oh my god. Ugh. Oh boy. Continue.
Probes being sent out from the Jakku Observatory also combined with Thrawn's efforts before he disappeared helped map the unknown regions and helped the Superstar Destroyer Eclipse and others get to their rendezvous point in the unknown regions. And so I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility that Thrawn, probably indirectly, but certainly helped Palpatine find Exegol. And one other thing that I've also seen going around a lot is Tashu, the crazy guy from the Aftermath trilogy, says in the first Aftermath book that Palpatine was seeking some sort of dark force out in the unknown regions outside
Right.
of the known galaxy.
Right. Which is what I'm
And-
thinking of.
That very well could be either Exegol itself or something to do with his resurrection.
Thrawn found Exegol. It's canon. Chris just said it.
Yeah, so he was basically just like looking for Sith shit out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, he's kind of always looking for Sith shit, honestly. So
It's really his
Well,
fucking MO.
yeah, like everywhere. So yeah,
And then like hiding at random ass places,
it's true.
like in video games.
Yeah, there's a little bit more of that actually in Fallen Order,
of
which we'll
course
talk
there
about.
fucking is. Palpatine's always on
eventually.
his fucking bullshit.
Yeah, there is a little bit in Fallen Order.
Cool. Is that all we wanted to say about quote Sith shit?
Just that we know more about the Empire. Obviously, we know that there is a Sith Empire. It's been mentioned in the Clone Wars. It's been mentioned in Rebels. It was mentioned in Dooku Jedi Lost. It's been mentioned all sorts of places. But we know that Exegol was the throne world. Like, we literally see the throne on Exegol, whereas Moraband was the home world of the Sith. and Malachor there was just a temple that was like kind of a galaxy destroying weapon situation happening there.
Just normal Sith things.
Just
So
all
crazy
sorts
that
of Sith things.
They
We
got
have
the
a
Iron
Sith.
Throne all the way to Exegol. It's so crazy.
I know,
Right.
right? Honestly,
We have a
though.
Sith icon. What is the word I'm looking for? Like,
Diva?
no. Yes. A Sith diva.
It's Palpatine.
He is a Sith diva. That's who he
Catch
is.
him on his
He is.
Vegas residency.
I love it.
Jeez Louise.
Like the insignia of the Sith, like the little like
Emblem.
diamond situation.
Yes.
So we like that's like a very small lore thing,
Markings.
but
Okay.
again it leads to more assumptions that we will see more of that, and we'll hopefully get to learn more about the Empire and what went into it.
Chris, how mad do you think Flagship Eclipse is that they changed the Sith symbol?
Did they change it?
Well, the Sith symbol is now whatever the fuck
Right, what did it used to be?
hood ornament is on Ochi's car.
Oh, yeah.
It used to be like with the circle flare, the sun flare thing that is the logo for the 501st Flagship Eclipse attachment.
Oh, I didn't actually know that.
Yeah.
Was that ever in canon? I don't think it was.
Oh, and like Rail Canon? No.
Yeah, it was Legends.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
so
I mean, I'm
it's
sure it was Legends.
Yeah.
no,
but-
so
I mean,
it's
I'm
the
sure they're
same as ever,
furious,
it
but I'm
doesn't
also
matter. Very interesting.
It's not, but that's okay.
It's not. It's okay. I'm just trying to remain engaged.
Falling asleep over there.
No, I'm
Um,
playing with my Legos. They're
Happy
Star
for you.
Wars Legos. It's allowed.
I'm
Oh my-
playing with my potato, and Orca keeps thinking it's a toy for him.
I know.
Aw,
I keep
baby.
hearing him shaking. Deal Oracle. And now Miranda's shimmying.
Don't like that.
Audio.
Um,
medium. Leia
Yeah,
was a Jedi. That's something we know.
Yes.
That's a fact. That is
It's a
thing
fact that we all
happened.
had opinions on in
It
our
was in
last
the
couple
movie.
episodes.
It
Yeah.
was in the movie.
I am wondering. I mean, honestly, I'm just kind of wondering how folks are gonna fit that into what exists right now. If we're going to see any for Jedi training, or see her at least reflecting on it. It's the doors wide open for Claudia Gray to swoop in here and work her incredible Claudia Gray magic. So we'll see
Yeah, I mean,
what comes of it. I guess.
we know it can't. Assuming they're going to try and work it into the canon, which, I assume they are. It has to have been before, or excuse me, after Ben was born and after he was 2 or 3 at least, because we know that he hadn't done it, or that Leia hadn't done it as of Life Debt when he was born. And we see her in Last Shot, and there's no indication that she's done it. It's possible that she did the training between Jakku and Last Shot, because I think there's 2 years in there. So it's possible, but it doesn't seem likely.
Maybe Lockhart did a memory charm on her.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Um,
God.
No, but really not what I just said. At J Bandos, I'll try to fold these in as we go, so we're not left with 0 minutes left and 70 things from our listeners. When
Seems
we
fake,
asked
but
what we
okay.
wanted to see, J Bandos on Twitter at J Bandos said she wants to see, or they want to see. I did not write down any of these people's display names. Doesn't matter. Said they want to see Leia training Rey as a Jedi. So that's tangentially related.
Yeah,
It'll
to
be
that.
interesting because I think when at the beginning of the movie when Rey calls Leia Master, I just kind of assumed it was like, yeah, because Leia's a fucking badass and she can do whatever she wants. It'll be interesting to see if there's more than that to it.
Totally.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and honestly, like, no matter how they work this into the whole multimedia situation, Kate touched on it earlier, but I just want it to be Claudia Gray.
Yeah, whatever they do,
Yeah.
She's got to do it.
let her do it.
Please.
If it's not Claudia Gray, don't bother.
Like what? Then what are you doing?
It's true.
Quite
We love
frankly.
Claudia Gray in this house. Cool.
right.
The galaxy came to the rescue. That was something that happened in the film.
Yeah. So we got big giant fleet of ships that were, as was said, just people. It makes, I guess, I don't know. I guess the question becomes, what happens with that fleet after the Battle of Exegol? Because
Yeah, they all go do gay shit in space.
Oh
Speaking of both of those things, at 11:38 wants to know about the People's Fleet, and Holly Tweets wants to know about Happy Family Gay stuff. So
yes,
those are two important things.
yeah. Well, I mean, the question is, the New Republic doesn't have much of a navy anymore, do they?
They
Or is
also
this
don't
the-
have
I
much
mean,
of a
it all
government
got
anymore.
destroyed in the Starkiller base incident, as the Visual Dictionary is referring to it.
Oh my God! Right. So, how far do they take then their leadership? Do they form a whole new government? Do they just go back to having the New Republic?
They're very bad at government
Yes,
in
they
Star
are. Which is
Wars.
frightful.
And it's interesting because I wonder if the lesson they take away will be we need to completely redo this from the ground up, or if the lesson they'll take away will be, well, now Palpatine's actually gone and not pulling the strings anymore, so we can just do the same thing over and it won't fall apart in 30 years.
Ask Mon Mothma.
What they could do is like
Nice.
do what they had before, but instead of being an actual government, kind of, it could be like the UN, where people.
That would make more sense.
It doesn't
but-
actually do anything.
And if something
it
bad
didn't
happens,
actually-
you call James Bond,
Oh my
and
God!
then he assassinates people. Is that right?
Is that not what the Jedi are? At this point, honestly.
Yep.
Merp, 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 merp.
Cool.
But yeah, no, it's there's definitely a question there. I saw somebody brought up AS Rich. What's up, Andrew? He brought up the fact that we do see the Ghost in this giant fleet. We do know that
Yay.
yes, we do know that the Ghost survives the battle because we see it at the end. So the question that has been asked since the trailer came out with the showing all the ships popping up, that has still not been answered is, who is piloting the Ghost? Is it Hera? Is it Sabine?
It's Miranda.
It's Baby Yoda.
Oh my
Well,
god.
and
Baby Yoda.
also-
it's been Baby Yoda all along.
Well, okay, or is it my
Broccoli
adorable
son.
green son, Jason Syndulla?
Rocky.
Brocky's son.
Because
Other green boy.
I really wanted him. I so badly wanted him to show up, and then he like fucking didn't. So that was
Well, of course.
a thing that occurred. Some really extra ass person after my own heart who actually knows how to use Photoshop, unlike me, went and super zoomed in on the cockpit of the Ghost, and there's like nobody in there, and it's really funny. Like they knew
It's
that
Chopper.
somebody. I
It
know,
is
right?
Chopper.
They knew that somebody was gonna do it, and they were like, "We're not putting anyone in here."
That's hysterical.
Incredible
But yeah,
stuff.
and I mean, I want to know about those other ships too. Like, I do want to know about the People's Fleet because I'm pretty sure we saw the Shadowcaster. Like we saw a ton of different stuff.
People think they saw the Colossus, but unconfirmed. It was very far in the background. It could be a number of different things. The Colossus.
Yeah, I guess we'll find
from
out at the end of this season of Resistance.
Yes,
If
exactly.
they saw the Colossus.
Yeah.
Yay.
But yeah, one thing it's not a big thing, but one of like obviously the big low points in Last Jedi, low points like morale wise, was when they sent out the distress call at Crate and nobody came. And in this movie, obviously the opposite happens. Lando goes to the core systems and collects, I don't know that we know the numbers compared to the Sith fleet, but
A
it was a lot of
bunch.
ships. So,
Did he just put a distress call out to people he's fucked? Did we consider that?
right.
Would be the least surprising thing.
Lando still has like a group text of everybody he's fucked too.
I know.
Like just
What's-
inexplicably. Why is this a good idea? Because it's Lando.
See,
Um,
his actual message was like, if you can prove that we fucked, I'll give you 5 credits. And then everyone came
I'll
out
give
of the
you-
woodwork.
$5 to join this fight.
Sorry.
Please help.
But yeah,
love
it'll be
Lando.
interesting to see if that's dealt with in the canon, like what the difference is between then and now. because we see, obviously Luke has his big sacrifice and it's very inspiring. But we also see in Resistance Reborn and in Black Spire,
Which we'll get to
eventually,
actually.
and a Crash of Fate, all of which we'll get to. Help isn't really coming that fast, and we see that kind of from the Resistance being in the shape it's in the first place in this movie. Like, it's bigger, but it's not huge. So I'll be interested to just see how they handle that and how we learn, like, does Lando have like a stirring speech?
Our like old friends of Leia's just actually just hanging out in the core and just secretly plotting things, a la what is it called, the group that founds the rebellion? The Senators? Whatever.
Cool Kid Crew.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't remember.
Alright, well anyway.
It's like the
And
Gang
the
of
Rebels.
300 or some bullshit.
Yeah, something like that. It's like the gang of some ridiculous number because Star Wars.
Mon Mothma and the Peace Force.
Yo, what I want to know is Mon Mothma still alive? We don't know that.
We don't. She was really
she'd
sick
be-
the last time we saw her, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She
Quite
would be
ill.
old. She was very ill 7 years ago,
And
as of this book.
she was still calling it Star Piece. It's
And she
really
was still
tough
calling it
times
Star
for her.
Piece
It's
7 years ago. But yeah, we know she was ill. We know she would be like 85-ish by
Thank
this
you
point. So
for
she's
telling me how
probably
old she would
not
be.
still alive.
I appreciate
Yes.
that.
It's her favorite thing.
I do. It is. That's only like 35 years older than Baby Yoda. It's fine.
oh my goodness gracious.
Hey.
Have we considered that Baby Yoda is Mon Mothma?
Mon Mothma is the baby Yodas we met along the way.
What the fuck? I don't like
Which
that.
ship is Baby Yoda
Talking
flying?
about?
That's fucking weird, y'all.
The Force dyads exist. We don't
I like
know
how
what
you're
they
just
are.
reading the outline instead of actually
Listen,
making a real
no,
segue.
I am.
She's
I
facilitating
am facilitating conversation and
Are
moving
you?
us along.
No, you are not. I
Skipped over one.
Oh,
no, you are not. I
Skipped over one.
oh.
Twitters
Sorry.
to facilitate conversation.
Jesus Christ. All right. What have y'all been doing?
Middle
I've
of
been
the
gone?
day. Burritos
First order
are what
hierarchy
I would
question
like
mark,
to
and what
eat
does
for
it
lunch.
mean?
Well, first of all, I didn't write it, but like, do they have a government, or
I
is it
don't
just like the
know.
military part of the military-industrial complex? Because as far as we can tell, it's just like the supreme leader and then the Navy.
Yes. I think that's mostly. I feels like the supreme leader is both the ruler and the commander in chief, if you will, of the military forces. And then there are generals, but above the general apparently is the Allegiant General,
Oh,
who
yes.
is what's his nuts, new
Those-
white man who I
those
don't
were
care about.
words.
Pride.
Yes,
Is he the old one?
yes.
Cool. Do we
It's
know
that
him?
guy.
Was he in something?
Nah.
No.
Cool. He just has like a face a little bit like Tarkin.
And apparently,
Yes.
Cool.
apparently,
Just in that he's white and English. Yes.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, but he's got like that.
The cheekbone situation
yeah,
going
that. Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I'm not just being super general. They don't deserve more than that.
on.
but-
Not just all white men look alike. Specifically white men with cheekbones.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
Listen, they don't look dissimilar.
All right.
One thing that I saw, I think Matt Martin tweeted about this from the story group, is apparently the Allegiant General has not always been Hux's boss. Apparently Hux gets demoted at some point.
Ooh, ouch, God.
Like, I think-
Hux,
That checks
honey.
out.
I think that is potentially why we're seeing this kind of ruling council situation instead of just
Hux.
Hux and Kylo being number one number or one and
Some
two.
numbers. Top
and
and
bottom.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, blessings.
But it will be interesting to see those politics of who everybody in that room is and how they got there and how actually high up they are.
I love the idea of Hux being demoted because the only person above him is Kylo, and at some point he must have just said something that like finally put him over the edge And he
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
you know what? Fuck you.
Well, there's that whole incident with the dreadnought where Hux was literally acting like he was on hold. And yeah, I think that was probably enough. Honestly, I'm surprised he survived that movie.
Right?
I
Didn't
think
survive
about
this
that
one.
sometimes. Like we were watching TLJ a few days ago, and I'm just like, you know, that bit where like Kylo gets real mad and just like slams him into the side of the inside of the new walker. I was like, that's man. How many times have you had to go like get your kidneys repaired or wherever the fuck it is from doing this job? Like,
Lots of Bacta.
Yeah, he's got a weekly appointment at the
oh
back
no.
to tank
At the kidney store.
hotel.
At
At the
kidney-
kidney store? Oh my god. Fuck. That's terrible.
I'm just imagining Kylo being like, Hux, it is time for your performance review.
Oh shit.
You're very bad at your job. Really,
What do you think
really
Hux gets
bad.
paid? Do you think he has a salary?
I don't know. Is money
think
even
Kylo has
worth
a salary?
anything in Star Wars anymore?
I know, right?
cares?
That's honestly a fair question.
Hey, see, I make points. Look at me. I don't just skip
Jesus.
over things on the outline that I didn't understand.
Bitch. Speaking of things Kristen probably doesn't understand, because no one understands it.
I was going to say, how did we go to Force Dyad skipping over First Order hierarchy if you were skipping things you didn't understand?
Because I didn't understand the question. It said First Order hierarchy question mark, and I was like, okay. And then I was like, Force Diet, I know those words.
Oh my goodness.
And somebody put some squiggles before and after them.
That was
so that
me.
made them memorable.
With
That was me.
asterisks.
Yes.
You're welcome for all of that.
Thank you, please. It means that Force Dyad. So what do we know? It means that for some reason, the Force connects them at seemingly random times. Is it when they're like feeling strong emotion? Is that what we've sort of determined?
It's kind of unclear.
Yeah, it's quite unclear.
When there
actually.
are berries.
And then there are
And then
berries.
there are berries. From our berry talk, please see our first two bonus episodes on the Rise of Skywalker. So this is the first time we're hearing about a Force diet. That was, I want to say, I was so into the weird Force shit that was in this movie. I thought it was fascinating. You know, it was really fun and give it a little explanation, but I don't really have a problem with that when it comes to weird Force shit, as y'all probably know if you've been listening to this podcast for any
Yeah.
extended length of time. But it seems that it's sort of it's like it's like when they said that Anakin was a convergence or something like that. I feel like, except there's two of
It
them.
was a vergence.
Excuse me.
in the Force.
Excuse me. I'm firing myself from the pod. Goodbye, everyone. But it kind of seems like those are not related as in they have anything to do with each other, but in like the sense of they are similar.
Just kind of a reminder that the Force has no rules and will do what it wants.
Yeah.
And I don't even mean that in like a this movie didn't make any sense way. Like it was like
There are no rules.
I see the Force as a much more active player in this movie than it's been in the past. Like, because especially since in TLJ, Snoke said that he was the one connecting Rey and Kylo. So was he telling the truth and the Force was like, yeah, we're picking up where he left off? Was he lying and just trying to manipulate Rey and like make her doubt herself? We don't really know, but it's clear from it being Rey and Kylo who, by all accounts, shouldn't really be connected outside of like plotline. Like it's not like it's Luke and Leia where they're siblings. Like they're not, huh?
I
Twins,
was
yes.
just doing twins, Basil, twins.
But so it'll be interesting to see if that is kind of expanded on, because right now it does kind of feel like the Force is like, this is the connection that the galaxy needs right now, and I am going to provide it.
And I think too, like, just to jump ahead a little bit, I think that's something that would be really cool to see explored. like maybe in some books. Like I could see
Mhm.
especially if they want to kind of expand the scope of what we're getting here from Disney right now. Like if they want to go back to the Old Republic and explore like the older Jedi stuff.
Absolutely. I mean,
like-
God knows I'd be down.
Explore some Force dyads. Like there are more Jedi. It's a whole thing. Let's like just dive into some weird Force shit.
Absolutely. And I mean, we know from Palpy that he's, you know, he says so, you know, the typical villain bullshit about like this hasn't been seen in generations, wherever the hell it is. And I'm just like, all right,
Show
let's
us.
go. Let's rewind it.
Can I have the
Let's see
receipts,
what's going on
please?
here. I know. It also makes me wonder if Luke and Leia are twins and the offspring of a Force virgins, why did they not constitute a dyad? What makes a dyad? That's my
Yes.
question.
Agreed.
He's a Force
So.
virgin, but he's not a Force virgin.
Oh my God, Miranda, I hate you just so deeply.
That's
um.
Shmi, apparently.
Yes.
Great.
I think
Moving
I
right
think
along.
Palpatine was probably fucking with Snoke, and like
I mean,
making
Snoke-
Snoke think that he was doing that.
Well, here's the thing. Snoke is literally a goddamn Force puppet, so like, who the fuck knows?
It's so true.
Yeah,
He
literally.
is.
Do we know if Palpatine if Snoke was a puppet or just a creation?
Yeah, we don't know.
What's the
I don't
difference?
think.
So like the difference being
Reanimation
the creation
or-
being like wind him up and watch him go, but you're not actively like speaking through his mouth.
Oh,
Oh, interesting. I thought you meant
what a
like
great question.
I thought you meant like was Palpatine a thing, or was he like created out of the Force?
Palpatine? Oh.
No.
No, that was not what I meant.
No, Snoke.
Oh, I see. No, I mean I think since we saw like the slippery Snokes in the back to tank.
Did you just call them slippery?
I did.
Did you just call them slippery? Like a newborn baby.
Noodles.
Sure did.
Like,
Since we saw them on Exegol,
oh my god. I'm so upset. That's disgusting. Why did you say that? That's so nasty. Like an eel.
Listen.
Like a fish.
a force flounder, if you will.
Like those penis fish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
don't
have you
don't
seen his face?
Don't disparage penis fish.
I'm not disparaging them. I'm saying they're slippery.
Okay, most things in the sea are slippery.
Oh god.
What? That's canon.
It's like a blobfish, like a force blobfish. Force blobfish.
I think Christy's.
Who's firm?
Yeah.
You made it worse. Why'd you say firm?
I did that on purpose, obviously.
Oh, I don't like it.
What were we even talking about? Oh my god.
But anyway, back to the original point. I will be interested to know if we ever get confirmation if Snoke was just straight up a puppet. Which I guess thinking of I'm every voice you've ever heard inside your head, that kind of lends credence
True.
to the idea that Snoke was not his own being. But if like Palpatine, when Snoke said, I was the one who bridged your minds, was that Palpatine coming out of Snoke's mouth? Or was that,
Ugh. Want anything coming out of Snoke's mouth? Sorry.
or was that Snoke himself as a like fully independent evil creation of Palpatine?
I started in my tequila, as y'all can probably tell. But no, that's an excellent question. I mean, I wonder if we get the full Snoke story. Our friend of the pod, Joe Butera of Joe Butera Design, who made our logo, has been asking me for a million billion years. Like he's a big Star Wars fan, but he doesn't really read any of the outside of or consume any of the outside of the movie material.
Smart
and so
of
every
him.
so yeah, right. Every 3 months he'll be like, so they explain like who or what Snoke is yet? And I'm like, no, Joseph, they have not.
They
So,
will
Don't know.
never. Don't worry.
they may or may not. Who knows?
I doubt we will ever get an explanation.
The explanation we
Other
got
than he
is
is a
more of an
creation of
explanation I
Palpatine.
thought we would ever get. So
You know, what a great fucking point.
one in a row for me. How do we know Ahsoka dies? Someone help me.
Because
So-
Because she a
talked at the
force
end.
ghost.
Yes.
Ahsoka lives. Ahsoka dies.
Oh my
Somebody locked up Dave Filoni in a closet.
Listen, oh my god. Well, listen, we already know. All right, I'm not gonna say it in that tone, but like, you know, we have a few questions about how a few things slip past the story group. So you know, who knows? Maybe this is one of those. But anyway,
Dave Filoni's a force ghost.
oh my god. At some point between when she and Sabine go off to look for Ezra and, you know, this and Rise of Skywalker, Ahsoka dies, which would make sense because she would be quite old. I feel like she's in her early 30s, mid 30s at the time of Rebels.
70s. She wouldn't be
Okay, well, who knows?
outside the realm of possibility, but
Okay, but also who knows how long a Togruta lifespan is actually.
True.
that's true.
But yeah, no, she dead finally somewhere along the line. And aside, but the rumor in the rumor mill is that the next animated show from Star Wars for this coming fall is going to be the Adventures of Ahsoka and Sabine looking for a dumb blueberry.
Oh my god. That better be true. Because
I know.
why would they put that out into the universe if it wasn't true? Now I'm going to be upset.
I mean, we've all known it was coming. It was just a question in what format.
Listen, I just
Oh.
want Tia
Some
Sircar.
of us don't follow things
I mean,
as
by,
closely
when
as
I say
others.
we've all known it's coming, I mean, we didn't have any reason to expect it other than it was left on such a cliffhanger. One knew that story was going to be told at some point.
I hope so.
Yeah, so, you know, again, the rumoriest rumor mill of all rumor mills, but we shall see what happens with that. Anyway,
Sabine and Ahsoka's excellent adventure.
it's true.
Love it.
It's true. All right. So moving on, I guess. Is there anything else we want to like dive into like pretty deeply
Nope.
while we're on the topic of deep dives and such like? All right. So what do we mentioned we've kind of started talking about this just kind of naturally as a result of talking about what all goes on in this movie, but what are some things we want to see out of Star Wars in the coming years now that we are allegedly finally done with the Skywalker saga?
That's what I said last time.
I know, right?
I know. It always
Oh, man.
bothered me when people were like, I've been waiting 42 years for this movie. And I'm like, no, you haven't. You've been waiting 7 years like the rest of us because they always said they were done.
Yep. It's very confusing. I want to know who Palpatine fucked, and I want to know about Rey's parents.
I just want a tale of Jodie Comer in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Jodie Comer Palpatine.
Yes.
Yes.
Matt Butner. Butner? Butner.
Borgard?
No, he's on
No.
the list, boy.
He's on. I just put him on the list because he tweeted at us during this
Butner! I am sorry.
episode. He
Know a
wrote.
lot of Matt B's.
He wrote real upsetting, like other children of Palpatine. He would have done anything he could. Yikes to produce an heir.
Oh god, you're
Yikes.
so right.
Yikes.
Yikes is right, man.
Yikes.
Oh
This
shit.
Yeah, who else did Palpatine fuck?
So, well, here's the question: if Palpatine fucked,
Ugh.
whom Saul did he fuck? First of all, or did he just create a series of clones of himself?
Yeah. Did he like?
And one of them
use-
got out
Yeah.
and
Did
reproduced.
Did he have like Force lightning animated dicks or something?
What on earth did you just say? Oh my god!
Did he shoot dicks out of his fingers?
No, 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 no,
Like
no, no,
Force
no, 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 no. Absolutely not. No, we are not. No, 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 nope, 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 nope. This is some
But
shit.
Kristen, we've never seen four stick fingers in canon before, so how do we know it exists?
What is wrong with you guys?
He wrote yikes. My brain. Listen.
Your
I
brain, so your
hadn't
brain went to
even-
yikes.
I hadn't even considered it, and then Matt Butner wrote "yikes" in a tweet.
God
so here we
Damn
are.
it, Matt Butner.
But yeah, I'll be very interested to see how they handle the Palpatine family story, for lack of a better term, because
Yeah.
Palpatine, and this is why when, you know, everybody was coming up with fan theories about who Rey was, and everybody's like, she's a Palpatine. I was like, that's fucking stupid. The reason I
Yeah.
didn't
Now.
think that made a lot of sense, and still have questions about it, is because Palpatine never struck me as a I
Family
want
man.
my bloodline to reign forever kind of guy. He struck me as a I personally am going to reign forever, and so I will never need an heir kind of guy.
Yes.
And that's kind of what we got from Operation Cinder too. Like he very
Scorched
intentionally
earth.
did not leave a succession plan.
Yeah. And went very scorched earth on goddamned everything.
You know what was smart? Him not, like them not trying to hide Ray with the same last name. That was smart.
Still
that
did
was
it-
that was the first
True.
one. That was the first of that we've seen.
Still to the
Someone
desert
successfully
planet,
One in a
still
row, yeah.
One in
my
a row.
God.
Someone tried to hide someone and actually hid their last name.
and did not put them with somebody in their family.
Just Ray Palpatine, no relation.
Fucking imagine.
Look at
oh
her
my
great
goodness
force
gracious.
skills.
God, Jesus.
Listen, I make a good point again. Cool.
That is a good car idea. Sorry. Everybody should watch it. I think you should leave. Anyway,
I know. Well, those poor people. I used to try to use the soundboard. They're just listen. If they don't know you, I think you should leave. They're just like,
They have
who
no
is
idea
this
what's
old
going
man making noise during the podcast? It's very upsetting.
I
Did
love
Kristen's dad walk in? What's going on?
Oh my
It's
gosh.
serious.
it. I would absolutely love to know more about young Poe and his loss or whatever was going on their years. Can Zoraida write it, please?
Yeah. Can
Prince, please?
nobody who's not Zoraida write it?
I know.
Or DJO? DJO
I'll let
writes.
DJ write it.
That
Because I
sounds
have
great.
control over such things.
Yeah, Miranda
Yeah.
works at Dell right now.
Yeah. I mean, we talked last episode about my issues with the developments in Poe's storyline, maybe 2 episodes ago. But now that that's in canon, I do want to know that story, but it has to be told by the right person. It has to be told by somebody who is in the Latinx community and can do it in a nuanced way that isn't, hey, remember the brown kid that decided to become a drug dealer?
Oh my God. Or honestly, any queer Latinx writers out there who are up and coming, please.
Yeah.
That would be lovely.
Yes.
That would be wonderful.
Make good choices.
I know. Yeah.
Make good choices called Write a Star War.
Oh my God. Please.
Cool. What
Uh,
else? Weird force
so-
shit. You wrote that, right? Weird side shit. Oh,
Weird
you
side
wrote
shit.
that. Sorry, I can't read.
Yeah, there's. So I feel
Sorry.
like in
Also weird force shit, I guess.
Kristen's contributions of reading the outline are undefeated.
Oh my Jesus. This is
Listen, I'm trying
God.
to sit in a little bit more of a producer's chair where I don't let you guys talk for 3 hours.
Speaking of talking for 3 hours, I think I said a lot of times over the previous 2 bonus episodes about the Rise of Skywalker, like every time I addressed something I had an issue with, I was like, this would be great if they explored it. And there's a lot of stories that can still be told out of all of those things. And I think, you know, especially for like our interests, if we explore those in like a written media, that could be really great. Like, give me a short story about Hux trying to do his first spy thing. And like,
And
I
clearly
would-
sucking at it.
Adore
really
that.
bad at it.
I'm
so
sure,
very much.
sure he was terrible. Like, I want to see that. It would be fantastic.
His GP was to tell Finn to shoot him in the arm. He was to tell Finn to shoot him in the arm. He's such a
my-
dumbass.
and
Oh
like,
my God.
give us a story about Janna and the stormtroopers, like, deciding to just kind of live on this planet now, and they like
Yeah.
have a functional society vaguely. I mean, they're all alive. They have some resources. They've got the, you know, the ship still and those horse bison looking things.
Horse boys, yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Like I also mentioned before, I really loved Kajimi for some reason. It's just like
Yeah.
a very me place, but like give us a Canto Bite style
Kajimi.
Kajimi
Boy, yeah.
boy.
Oh, I would love that.
Like,
that would be so fucking
Tell
good.
us, like explore Kajimi in like with short stories about people who live there. Or
Yeah.
Just give us an entire novel trilogy length series of books about Babu Frick.
Yes.
Yes.
Would we?
Andrew,
I mean,
again,
duh.
along those lines, said that he wants to see stories from the Kajimi crew. And he asks, did Afra and Babu Frick get up to droid hacking shenanigans?
I hope so.
Please
I
God.
fucking hope so, because what a blessed pairing.
Yeah, how
Right?
old? I mean, we don't know what species Babu Frick is, so he could be like 100 for all we know.
He's a perfect,
but-
that's the species name.
That's
he
accurate.
is a perfect. It's true. Well, we have the new Dr. Afra launching in April, I think.
Is that comic?
So it is a comic,
Okay.
yes.
Awesome.
So we won't be reading it on the pod until CB Cebulski and Mark Panaccia leave.
Oh, wait, racist.
Yeah, please go away, racist, so that we can read the comics. Thanks.
I was really hoping that they were going to take this relaunch to like take Mark Panaccia off and get a different editorial team going, but he is still listed as the senior editor in Star Wars #1.
It's a nope.
Go
Anyway.
away.
That's a side note.
You also wrote something about Finn.
Yeah. The Rise of Skywalker vaguely addressed Finn's force sensitivity, but I would love to see maybe like a little prequel book to this, or like a short story again about this. Like Finn off on like some mission for the Resistance, and then he uses the Force. Like actively, willingly, and knowingly does Force shit.
All I want is Finn doing Force shit, honestly, in my life.
Yes.
Like, please give it to me. Holy shit.
I also
would
like
love-
want Finn figuring out that he's force sensitive.
And kissing Poe.
Yeah,
Yes.
together.
Yeah.
Maybe he
would
figured it out while he was
really
kissing Poe.
love- Like, and I talked about this before. Rey being a Palpatine kind of killed my interest in her. So I'll be interested to see what they do with Rey and canon post Rise of Skywalker. But I kind of want Finn leading the new Jedi School. I think that would be really interesting.
It would be so much fun, and also like so much room for him to honestly grow as a character. Because I mean, people have had so many problems, rightfully so, with the way that his character's been written in the movies. Like let's do it right. You
Make
know?
him a patriarch.
Hell yeah.
But like
Fuck yeah.
like send Rey off on like explorer adventures to like, get the Jedi back to the way they used to be with her ancient Jedi texts, and let
Jedi
Finn run
texts.
the school.
she loves those Jedi texts.
She really does.
text.
Along those lines,
God
Ajay
bless Mark Hamill
Bandos
for that.
Ajay Bandos also said Finn freeing any remaining stormtroopers of their shackles, which would
Fuck
be
yeah.
some great Force shit if that happened. And they also say Finn, Poe, and Rey Ro stuff. I'll take crumbs, just please.
Dude,
So
she's
yes,
so right.
please.
Jacqueline is a woman after my own heart.
Oh, that's who that is. Okay, great.
Yes, that is
Sorry,
Jacqueline.
I
She
don't-
is lovely.
I don't know anybody's Twitter handles as per
You don't-
usual.
No people's names. It's fine.
Correct.
We all knew this. It's a hazard of interacting with the pod is that Kristen may or not know who you are,
Yeah,
including
I
us.
try
sometimes.
not to go on the pod Twitter, but sometimes I do try to participate. So sorry.
Oh God.
Jakku Lin.
Oh, Jacqueline, got it. Good one. That's very punny. Awesome.
All right.
Cool. I think we have a few more from the listeners, Kate, if you want to
absolutely
lead us through
yes,
the charge of that.
I can do that. D. Larkin 76 simply says Luke and Lando's mission together, to which I say yes.
Yeah, I want to know
I
like
would
why
love that.
Lando has been hiding this whole time.
I know.
Like, what
on this
happened?
God awful sand planet, because that's the best place in the
They
galaxy to
only
be
have
ever.
a party
all the
every
time.
46 years. It sounds really
42.
depressing.
Oh, why would you
42
say
years.
that? It's true,
42?
Yeah.
though. It's 42.
Great.
Because that's
Like life, the universe, and everything.
Yes.
also
Also,
the difference.
The number of years since Star Wars.
that bitch.
Thank you.
Listen,
Math is hard
Shut
for me,
up.
so is reading. Thank you all.
I hate all of you. It's fine. What else do we have here? FN2187. That's some things are spelled out and some things are not. Media that ties into the idea of Sith passing their spirits into each other as a mode of immortality. Also very cool. I wonder if we'll get any of that. I mean, Christ knows what the fuck Project Luminous is.
I was going to say that it wouldn't surprise me if something to do with that.
But I would love that if that's what that is, or if we get it anywhere else.
And then
Or if they
they're somehow trapped in that space coliseum. It's crazy.
Yes. I would adore that. I would like that very much. Or if they want to do another like Myths and Fables type thing, like that could like
Hell yeah.
do
There is
lot
a
of
Dark
Sith-
Side Myths and Fables situation happening this year.
Oh,
Is
really?
it called
Yoink.
Poison
Dark Legends.
Candy?
I'm sorry. All of you talked at the same time. What is this about candy?
I was trying to think of like a dark side title for a Myths and Fables book, and all I could think of is Poison Candy, but then all I could think of is like the
What?
spiky lollipop.
That's a fucking terrible. What?
What the fuck?
I'm very tired.
She has had
Oh my
like
God.
1.5 beers and she's like falling asleep. It's fine.
Great. Okay.
Lord.
That's exciting. Do we know when that's coming out, Chris?
The Dark Legends? We do not.
All right. Well,
Sometime this year, presumably.
exciting. Debbie V and Matthew Beauregard both would love to see more of Cara Dune from The Mandalorian. Both her career as a shock trooper, and if Alexander Freed could write it, that would be super swell, which I think would be fun.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Also, anything with Cara Dune.
Yes, we are all married to her, and that's that.
Just side note, but I love that she has joined the pantheon of Star Wars names that are not pronounced consistently within the canon.
In what way that it should not pronounce?
Because it's Cara Dune, but Mando calls her Cara Dune. Somebody asked her about it in an interview, and she says it's Cara Dune.
Oh, really? Because everyone has been calling her Cara on
All
the
right,
show.
Han.
I know, and they're all wrong.
Oh
Han.
my god.
And-
Moving right along.
Han,
Jacqueline's
Leah.
Oh
Jesus.
my god.
Jacqueline's last lovely comment is she would love to see uprisings against the First Order across the galaxy during the Battle of Exegol, which, yes, I think there's plenty of room for that, especially because, you know, we see all those Sith destroyers getting hardcore wrecked in the skies above various places. So, yeah, I would love that. That would
Yes.
be fun. That would be a fun little montage for them to put together at some point.
Miranda was falling
that's-
asleep, so I poked her with the blaster.
That's good.
Yep. I told you I deserved to be part of this podcast.
God, Christ Almighty. Beautiful friend of the pod at Southern Cynic says, "No more hero pilots. I want space crimes and consequences. Also,
Yes.
old Jedi versus Sith lore that is newly created. Also, Rey fucking Sloane.
Yes.
Yes, yes to all that. Honestly, like, I honestly want my Kira and Maul Crimson Dawn show, or like even if they're like a small part of like a larger show about the underworld, I would love the fuck out of that. Like, make them actually part of the underworld, not like this. Not that I have complaints about Mando just suddenly turning into a single dad. Because it's adorable, but I think we were expecting something a little different from that. Something, dare I
More moral
say,
ambiguity.
grittier.
What if in season 2 of Mando they run into Spider Mall?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Gritty.
No. Not the hockey mascot. I was not thinking of that big of a crossover.
Oh,
I'm merely
my
Both are
God.
talking about
equally
Star
alive in the
Wars
Star
within
Wars
Star
universe
Wars.
right now.
Gritty is actually the big bad of the Crimson Dawn
I
show.
know. Grady's
is
Palpatine.
Gritty is God.
I don't make the
Gritty
rules.
is,
Yeah.
Gritty is Palpatine.
I am every voice you've ever heard inside your head. Cut to the
It
gif of
fucking
Gritty
is
doing
Gritty.
the turn
That
head
is
turn.
Gritty. It's so real.
But yeah,
Go on.
I hard agree with Southern Cynic here.
Fuck yes.
I want to see good people being punished for the crimes that they do.
So many crimes.
There's so
Yeah.
many crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see an actual villain story. Like we it looked like we might get it with Kylo Ren. That didn't end up happening. But like, I want to see a story about unrepentant villains and make us like feel weird about rooting for them. Like, and we kind of have it with Aphra, but Aphra's just a lovable disaster lesbian, and so it's fine. But like, can be Sith, it can be Underworld, it can be whoever. But like a straight up bad guy that is the main character and you like hate to root for them, but you root for them because they're the main character, and then it's like more tricky moral questions.
Yay, more Ray Sloan is what I just heard Chris say.
More.
Yes.
Yay,
It's true.
Sloan. Clap.
Janna's uprising, SC also says, from the First Order and the Trooper Colony. She says, this is a fanfic playground, also co-signed by our lovely Tashi Station colleague, Manda the Ginger. Just yes. Can we please? That would be, I would kill for that. Honestly, like, the Janus Company rebelling from the First Order and then founding their own colony, I think that would make a hell of a comic, because I think there's, like, a lot of great visuals in the area that they are currently inhabiting, and, of course, the nice space horsies.
Yeah, I'm really wondering when we're going to start getting more comic miniseries, because there's nothing on the calendar right now. And that's
Suspicious.
odd for Star Wars.
Very suspicious.
Unlike our calendar, which is very full again.
Yeah, oh my
Yep.
god.
Check it out.
Whoop whoop. And finally, our last comment from Tyler, from the Twitter user formerly known as Tits Mickey. I love Tyler so much. He says, Dr. Aphra exploring and somehow making sense of all the Sith lore from Rise of Skywalker, like the Wayfinders, Death Star 2 ruins, and the dagger. That would be so fun. That would be so much fun.
I would love
Yes.
it so much, because
would be
Aphra would
delightful.
just be like, none of this makes any goddamn sense, and it's so fucking stupid. Like, Aphra would be the fourth wall, and it would be amazing.
No, it'd be great. She'd just be like, why are all these motherfuckers so goddamn extra? Like, what is this? Who makes daggers? Who stabs people like this anymore? This is so primitive. Oh my
It's for
god.
the drama.
It's true.
Andrew also says Ghost Hair and Broccoli Boy, which I think we
Oh,
talked
yes.
about at length. But I just wanted to plug
fuck
that
yes.
he plugged our plug. Plugs.
Blessing. The last thing, we have to cover a few of the Easter eggs.
yeah.
So, yeah, no. Obviously, we've got lots of Jedi voices during that one scene where Rey's trying to connect to all the Jedi who have come before her. Kanan's in there. Thank God.
Yay!
My poor heart. It means he doesn't get magically resurrected as a wolf, I guess, but whatever. That's fine. I'm fine about it.
There's still time for that. Poor Canela's Bofa, Kate.
I'm
That's true.
fine.
Time flows differently through the Force.
We learned that you can like split your Force soul or whatever. and
There's still the
heal
world
stuff.
between worlds.
Oh yeah, we
God,
didn't even
I
talk
just,
about
like-
the healing shit. We haven't seen that
had so
before.
Weird
Oh,
force.
God. What?
I was gonna say something,
Yeah.
but then I stopped
Oh yeah,
myself.
the force healing shit. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, now it's like doubly canon though, because it's in the movie and in the Mandalorian now. So
Yeah,
that's...
you need to
Honestly,
finish
Oh,
I
the
yeah,
can-
sorry, I
Mandalorian.
haven't finished the Mandalorian, but I believe you.
I honestly keep forgetting that force healing is a new thing, just because I have read so much goddamn fanfic where it's just like a fact that no one ever explains. That I keep mistaking myself and like thinking, oh yeah, that's been canon all along. No, it has not.
It's fine.
I know. So Kanan and Ahsoka are in that voice montage. Hayden pops up for a hot second. They brought Ewan back as well. And you can also hear Ayla Sakura and Luminara Unduli,
Yay.
voiced by the voice actors who played them in the Clone Wars. So that's fucking cool.
We love Luminara.
We do. Weish pops up for a hot second in case you don't follow Brian or Nancy, our
Which?
wonderful pod parents who are so pumped about it. We talked about the 42 years thing. I'm trying to think of anything else really, and I don't like big
What,
ones.
Easter eggs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that are like big ones. Things that are
I mean, Chewie got a medal.
Chewie got a medal.
Yay!
Very important, extremely important. And I think they really doubled down, or at least I don't know if that was the decision of the creators or Adam Driver, but really doubled down on Kylo/Ben adopting some of Han's mannerisms. Lots of the solo slide, the point, shooting at things behind you without looking.
Yeah.
Just a lot of the physicality in his performance. Definitely.
Chewie was actually like a prisoner on a Empire ship, as opposed to
Yes.
just being a pretend one.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they did shoot out the cameras when they went to get him.
Yeah, they
Yes,
did. I
they
did
sure
notice that.
did.
That was funny.
And Chewie was naked, which is always funny.
This just reminded me.
Sorry,
Like-
the second time I watched it with Miranda, he showed up and I just leaned over to her and went naked. It's like they took his bullets away, so I can't be an adult.
What the fuck? All right.
One thing that is totally random, but I was reminded from the Chewie scenes. One thing that I absolutely adored about this movie is how perfect 3PO was.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Like, Babu Frick, one of my oldest friends.
It's
like-
just
You didn't say my name, sir, but I'm all right.
Oh my
Like, it
god.
was just it was
so
Anthony
peak.
Daniels at his
He-
best and like really channeling 1977 3PO.
Yeah.
He gave a golden performance.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Pow, pow.
All right,
guess
we're shutting
just,
it down.
Yeah, I guess we're just made to suffer.
We're
This
done.
is our lot in life. Him saying like, "Is every fucking day like this?" is big vibes of that.
Oh my god, I know.
Very
Yeah,
funny.
3PO was Anthony Daniels did a very good job in this film.
He was incredible.
Anyway, thank you for suffering through not one, not two, but three Rise of Skywalker recap episodes.
Oh fuck! It
from
still says anal
your-
cyst.
from your friendly Book Wars podcast.
And thank you guys for answering our questions on Twitter. We
Yeah,
always
oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
thanks for
appreciate
interacting
when
with us
you
on Twitter.
Interact with us.
We love it. We have a schedule. We're going to be back in your podcast feeds starting now. We have a whole schedule. We're good to go. We're finishing Thrawn Treason up next week. Both on Tuesday, we're aiming to release an episode covering chapter, I think it was 17 through to the end. Then Thursday, we're doing a wrap up and we're just going straight from there. So we hope that you'll join us. Hit us up in the meantime on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at bookwarspod, bookwarspod@gmail.com if you want to email us, and rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on Stitcher. It's the best way for people to discover the show, learn more about it, and, hopefully join this trash fire of a podcast.
Yay!
If you have the means, please donate to the Tashi Station Radio Patreon and give us coffee at ko-fi.com/bookwarspod. We will post pictures of Porkchop, Porka, and Jasper. So really, again, can't say it enough. That's content you don't want to miss out on. Our theme song is Whiz Bang by Poddington Bear. Our logo and artwork are by Joe Butera Design. For Kate, Kristen, and Miranda, I'm Chris. Thank you so much for listening to this bonus episode of the Book Wars Pod, and we'll talk to you next week.
Whoop whoop.
Should I change my name to something that starts with a k sound?
No. Yes.